let's talk about the best and worst ingredients for low porosity hair. Welcome back to Natural Hair Care 101. My name is Jamila, and in our previous class, we talked about low porosity having a super tight cuticle, which makes it resistant to moisture, and that can easily lead to product buildup. So in this video, we're going to talk about what ingredients to look for when you're shopping for your products, as well as ingredients that are best to avoid.
And make sure you pay attention because there will be a quiz.
So one of the best ingredients for low porosity are humectants. Humectants such as aloe, honey, glycerin, because they help with drawing moisture into the hair cuticle. Now when it comes to your oils, you want lightweight oils such as jojoba, grapeseed, almond oil, argan oil. These are lightweight oils that are amazing for low porosity and that won't weigh your hair down. Now you'll frequently hear that low porosity should just avoid butters, but it very much depends on your hair density. So if you have thicker low porosity hair, these are some good butters for low porosity that are lightweight. So murmur butter, mango butter, these are amazing for low porosity.
Another key ingredient to look for is water. Since moisture is key for low porosity, you definitely want to make sure that water is the first ingredient in your products. And this helps to ensure that it's lightweight and hydrating rather than heavy and sealing.
Now ingredients to avoid, let's start with the heavy butters. These are some heavy butters that you want to avoid. Shea butter and cocoa butter can be pretty heavy. Oils such as coconut oil, a low porosity's worst enemy. Castor oil, these can be pretty thick for the low porosity hair.
And these are all ingredients that tend to sit on top of your hair instead of absorbing. However, that doesn't mean that you should completely avoid them. So for example,
if a product has shea butter, you want to make sure that it's mixed with water, humectants, or lightweight oils, and that they're also at the top of the ingredient list. And this will determine if the product is good for low porosity. Now, another ingredient to avoid is silicone. Silicone can create a film around the hair strands, and this will block any passageway for moisture to penetrate in the hair cuticle. So definitely avoid silicones. These are the different types of silicone that you can point out in the ingredient list. Now, if you are using a product that you like that has silicone in it, you just want to make sure you clarify when you're using that product. Because again, the film that it will create around the hair cuticle will definitely cause more product buildup. Now, next on our list is protein. Now, compared to popular opinion, protein is not all that bad, but you want to avoid too much protein because it will definitely make your hair stiff and brittle. So protein is made to fill in any broken gaps. So it's amazing for high porosity that has wider gaps, but your gaps are already closed. So unless you slightly damage your hair from straightening, for example, you really don't need any protein. But if you are shopping for a product and you do need protein, you want to make sure that there isn't more than one protein. This is a list of different protein that you can spot out in your ingredient list. So one protein ingredient is fine, 2 or more might be a little too much. And you want to make sure that it's hydrolyzed protein. And hydrolyzed just means that it's protein broken down into smaller components that can easily fit the low porosity cuticle. And lastly, you want to avoid strengthening products. Strengthening products can have fortifying ingredients like protein. So you want to watch out for products that say strengthening, fortifying, repair. They most likely have protein, but not all the time. For example, the Mielle one.
It doesn't contain any protein, but it does have strengthening ingredients like panthenol and biotin. So these can help with strengthening the hair, but if you're using multiple products with panthenol and biotin in your weekly regimen, this can definitely be too much for low porosity hair.
And if your hair does need some strengthening, you want to use it with caution. So once a month is good enough.
So now that we have all this information, how can you spot if a product is good for low porosity hair, especially when it comes to moisture and hydration? When you look at the ingredient list, you want the first 5 to 7 ingredients to have water, humectants, and lightweight oils. And if there's any heavy oils or butters included, they need to be at the bottom of the list. If they are at the top, this could indicate that the product is heavy and thicker. So in order for it to work for low porosity hair, it still needs to be diluted with water, humectants, and lightweight oils in the first 5 to 7 ingredients.
So for today's activity, you'll answer 3 questions. Number 1, which one of these leave-ins is protein-free? Is it A, B, or C? Number 2, when you look at this ingredient list, would you consider this a low porosity product? You can answer with yes or no. You can pause to read. Number 3, would you consider this a low porosity product? You can leave your answers in the comments, and that's all for today's class.